eyes, meanwhile, are on infrastructure. President Biden meeting with a group of bipartisan lawmakers yesterday to discuss paying for the $2.33 trillion spending proposal on the table. The president defining what infrastructure is, according to him, amid criticism the bill includes unrelated items. 85% of it is not infrastructure.
It's not just roads and bridges. We're investing in water systems so Americans can have clean water infrastructure. We're investing in high-speed rail infrastructure. We're building charging stations to support America's electric vehicle future, and investing in that infrastructure. So look, we need to build the infrastructure of today, not repair the one of yesterday.
And joining me right now is the former House Speaker and Fox News contributor, Newt Gingrich. Newt, it's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for being here. How do they keep getting away with this, Newt? Okay, first there was a $1.9 trillion massive spending bill that they called a COVID bill. It was only 10% COVID. Now you've got a $2.33 trillion another spending bill. They're calling this infrastructure, and as I look at it, it's more of a Green New Deal. It's only 10% real infrastructure. You've got things like forcing you to become part of a union, more money sent to some of these ideas that didn't make it in the last package.
You know, when I listened to Transportation Secretary Buttigieg say on Sunday, it's all a matter of semantics. It drove me back to Alice in Wonderland, where Humpty Dumpty explains that words mean what you want them to mean. It's just a question of who's the master. And if you decide you want something to mean, you know, if apricot actually means pineapple, then who's the apricot to tell you that it's not a pineapple? What you have is an administration almost totally protected by the news media, which is lying to itself, lying to the country. And when you get to real activities, you see the result. On the border, we have disaster building towards a catastrophe, which actually is, I think, what the left wants. I think that's why they haven't done anything serious. They want lots and lots of illegal immigrants. I think you have an effort to prop up every part of the Democratic machine. So the teachers' unions get paid off, the public employees get paid off, the blue states get paid off. This is an extraordinary effort to use the taxpayer in order to prop up a political system which has been steadily decaying. And finally, they have to move towards compulsory unionism, because people aren't voluntarily voting to join a union, as they just proved in Alabama in a very major election involving Amazon, where by more than 2-to-1, the workers repudiated it. So the answer by Biden and the Democrats is, we're just going to force you into it. You're not going to have a choice.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, really, Speaker, I mean, look at the misinformation that the media is spewing at us. There's all of that you just said. You've got Pete Buttigieg, you know, driving in his SUV until a block away from work. Then he jumps on his bike so that the cameras can take him getting off his bike. I mean, what? And nobody's pointing this out. Then there's what's happening in Georgia. Corporate America, MLB, letting down the American people as they push back against Georgia's new voting law. Will Smith's latest movie pulling out of the filming of Georgia over the new restrictions. Why? Because President Biden came out and publicly said that Georgia's law was Jim Crow 2.0. Should the president come out and correct the record, correct what he said, admit that was a falsity so that this doesn't continue?
Well, he's not going to. Look, they're not lying randomly. They're lying for a purpose. They want to redesign America. They want to reshape the power structure. They're using the weight of government to coerce these CEOs. Remember, everything that Biden said, and I did a long column on the podcast about this, everything Biden said about the Georgia law was a falsehood. Just a flat out, and they keep repeating it. For example, you're not going to be able to get any water on a hot day. That's a plain out lie. The bill itself says that the election officials can give you water. What they can't do is you can't have campaigns come into the voting area in order to give you water or beer or alcohol or whatever. So this stuff is all just a continuing series of lies, because when they tell the truth, if you look at H.R. 1, the Corrupt Politicians Act, and when people learn that it actually would pay politicians to run for office with taxpayer money, when they learn that it would make it impossible to police the voter rolls, 90% of Americans, that includes African Americans, Latinos, Democrats, Republicans, 90% believe only American citizens should be allowed to vote. H.R. 1 blocks that. I mean, what you have is a race between a machine desperate to use this narrow window of opportunity to take control of the country so you can't have an election in 2022 that repudiates it, and a country which is, I think, increasingly upset on everything from lack of dealing with crime to gun control to the lying about the Georgia law to this huge, massive spending, which as a historian, I don't understand what the theory is at the Federal Reserve, that we're just going to keep printing paper and not produce a disaster. This is the largest experiment in cheapening the currency in modern times. It resembles the Roman Empire towards the end. We're just going to spew out paper and ask you to pretend that it's money.
Unbelievable. You know, Herschel Walker made a really good point on Sunday. He said the reason that the Democrats want to muddy up Georgia right now is they want to muddy up Georgia and the GOP going into the Senate race in 2022. It makes perfect sense. This is the strategy. Nobody is holding them to account. Nobody is forcing the president to come out and say, correct the record. There's no Jim Crow here. Why are corporations letting us down this way?
Well, I think the corporations have been infected by the same wokeism. They hire the same kind of graduates from Harvard and Princeton and Yale and Stanford and Berkeley. Those graduates now infest the C-suites. And so all of their young advisors who are really, really bright but just totally wrong are telling them, oh, you really should do this. This is really good for you. And what's truly the great irony is none of these corporations will take on slavery in China. None of them will take on genocide in China.
Right.
None of them will take on the collapse of freedom in Hong Kong. So they're giving us this totally hypocritical model in which we're supposed to really have respect for a CEO who, you know, kisses the Chinese on the face while turning around and hammering American conservatives. And that's what we're down to. It's okay to love the Chinese communists. It's not okay to like American conservatives. And that's how sick the system has become.
That is disgusting and shameful. And unfortunately, you're talking about the CCP, communists that will come back to haunt them, as Jack Ma knows all too well. Newt Gingrich, it's great to see you this morning. Thanks very much. We, of course, will keep spotlighting that one.